Scan out Seguego, everyone. I hope you guys are all well. My name is Ashley, and I'm the program coordinator for Filling Our Baskets. In week 3 session, we talked about the Thanksgiving address and just being thankful for everything that we have in our lives. We also touched on self-care, and that was the theme for this week. And so, yeah, continue to watch the video for a mindfulness activity. Hear a discussion about the cultural teaching, and then also what activity we brought for you guys. With this week's mindfulness activity, we decided to do another body check-in. And the reason we wanted to do a body check-in is because we are talking about self-care, and checking in with your body is a part of self-care. I'd like you to get comfortable in your chair and relax. Take a deep breath and place your feet flat on the floor, really feeling your feet in contact with the ground underneath you. And just take a few more deep breaths like this for a moment. So I'd like to start by focusing on your toes. Scrunch them up and then release them. Now relax your ankles, calf muscles, knees, and thigh muscles. Remember, let any thoughts you may have flow up and away from you in an air bubble. Now relax and begin to notice any tension you may have in your back muscles. Breathe in deeply, and as you breathe out, slowly relax and release any tension that you may have in your back. Now your shoulders. Lift them up and then release them completely. Now it's time to relax your neck and jaw muscles. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let go of any tension you're holding in your neck and jaw. Finally, at the top of your head, I'd like you to hunch your shoulders one last time. And as you release your shoulders, any remaining tension can sink down and flow out of you. Take a few more deep breaths and enjoy this feeling of relaxation and calm for a little while longer. Now slowly bring your attention back to the room. Begin noticing the sounds around you, and when you are ready, open your eyes. John Martin shared a story with us about a girl who was in a tough spot in her life, but each morning she gave thanks for being alive and for having all of creation and the stars and the moon and just everything around her. She was very grateful for. She gave thanks each day and each night, and she was able to turn her life around and see that even in her toughest times, she was still giving thanks and still grateful for everything that she had. And so with the Thanksgiving address, we were supposed to say it each morning and each night. And the times that we were supposed to say it, Dawn had shared with us and gave us this little example, so I'll share it with you guys. But essentially, like, as the sun's rising, just before it reaches the horizon, about here, and then that's when we should say it in the morning. But then as it's setting, just as it's setting, and once it reaches about here, just as it touches the horizon each time. But when it's here, we should say it at night. And so those are the times when we are supposed to say the Thanksgiving address. And I don't know if my example was good enough or not, but it's basically just when it sits on the horizon, is when you're supposed to give thanks. And so what the Thanksgiving address is a reminder to be grateful for everything that we have. And this includes when people get together for gatherings, Mother Earth, the thunders, the sun, the moon, Handsome Lake, which we will be talking about in one of our sessions, the waters, the trees, the winds, the fruits, the four beings and creator. And there's could be more that I haven't mentioned. I'm just trying to name them off the top of my head. And so that's basically what the Thanksgiving address is just reminding us of these things that we have and to be thankful for them. So we all know that self-care is important because it helps us to release stress that we are having or experiencing, and just gives us a bit of time to relax and have some me time. The skill that I wanted to share in relation to the teaching that we got was the pleased skill. And what this skill is a daily reminder to look at these attributes and making sure that we are fulfilling them in order to live a healthy life, and making sure that we are staying on top of our self-care. And so what the pleased skill is a set of, it's an acronym. And so basically the P stands for physical activity, the I stands for illness treatment, the E stands for balanced meals, the A, avoid mood altering drugs, sleep balanced, the E, exercise, and the D is daily. And so practicing the pleased skill lowers our vulnerability and negative emotions. The more we practice this, it will help us become better emotionally regulated. And so physical activity is just ensuring that we are getting enough physical activity throughout the day. Illness treatment is to understand the parameters of taking the proper dosages of medication that we may be taking, or practicing skills that were given to us in order to live a healthy lifestyle. Eating a balanced meal just means ensuring we are getting our fruits and veggies in and eating properly and healthy in order to keep our bodies strong. Avoid mood-altering drugs. We come from a harm reduction point of view, and we understand that some people engage in drugs and alcohol, but to ensure that we are engaging in this behavior safely. Sleep balanced is just ensuring that we are getting our 8 hours of sleep a day, because this helps us in taking care of ourselves. And exercise, again, is ensuring that we are getting our 30 minutes of exercise a day. And daily just means that we are keeping on top of these things and keeping on track with these things in order to take care of ourselves. So with the pleased skill in mind, we had posed some reflection questions that we wanted you guys to take home with you and to think about and jot down on a piece of paper. And these were to describe your motivation to improve self-care skills, which is think of priorities, goals, and values. Describe your strengths and resources in using please. Describe your barriers to using please. Describe the skills you will use to address your barriers. Describe your action plan to start today. Share your action plan with others, as this might drive you to fulfill these plans. And describe how your life will be different when you use pleased effectively. Nyawa for taking the time to watch the video, and I look forward to seeing you next week as we discuss the birth of the peacemaker. Ona.